Hello and welcome to week 31. We're going to be looking at your ICT practical activity. Here are the questions that you're trying to meet, the criteria for this activity. Let's read them. They're all from Unit 5 ICT. So 2.2, identify and obtain accessories, consumables and information needed to use ICT resources. Use ICT resources correctly and safely when asked to do so. 3.2, give clear guidance and instructions to others on the use of ICT resources. 3.3, provide an appropriate level of assistance to enable learners to experience a sense of achievement, maintain self-confidence, and encourage self-help skills in the use of ICT. And 3.4, describe the sorts of problems that might occur using ICT and how to deal with these. This is actually a describe question, but we're going to put the problems into the activity that you're going to actually carry out with the children. So, scrolling down, let's have a look at the worksheet. So, practical evidence for ICT. I've done a worksheet for you, and you can use it to write up your ICT activity. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so here's the worksheet. I've done one with lots of boxes here. It's got a planning section here, then deliver below that, and below that evaluate. So you've got your plan, deliver, evaluate. Or if you prefer, if you look on page 2, there's an actual example of an ICT activity just written in 3 boxes: planning, delivering, evaluate. Both times you're going to put in your name, date, and the year group you're working with. Name, date, year group. And this can be with a whole class of children. It could be a group of 4 children. You could do this one-to-one with one child, perhaps your SEND child. Quite often they enjoy ICT as a reward, but you can say, for your reward, we're going to do this activity. Don't give them a choice. Tell them what they're going to do with you. Okay, so let's have a look at how you're going to fill this in. So first of all, your plan. What is the learning outcome for your activity? And I've put on Moodle a whole sheet that will help you with that. We'll have a look at it in a minute. What resources will you need? And don't forget to mention safe use. Are you going to use KidRex as your search engine, for example? What are the key vocabulary that you're going to use and the key concepts that you want the children to learn? Then in the deliver section, you're going to describe the support that you gave. And don't forget to mention supporting their sense of achievement, maintaining their self-confidence and encouraging them to help themselves, developing self-help skills. And then this is your evaluate section of plan, do, review. What happened? What problems were there? And how did you solve them? And that will get you this describe the sorts of problems that might occur. You can even put in here, this might have happened or that might have happened and how you would have dealt with it. So if there were no problems, you're still going to put what might have happened. Okay, let's have a look at an example of this because this will help you. So for this group of children, a student worked with I think it was year 2 or year 3 children, and they produced a PowerPoint with 3 slides. So their success criteria were 3 slides, or we are learning to produce a PowerPoint with 3 slides. And the success criteria: add a picture, change the font, and write 2 facts per page. Resources: they're going to use laptops, a Gorilla book, the PowerPoint program, and KidRex search engine, so they can't search anything that would be inappropriate. And the key vocabulary: search engine, copy and paste, font size, font style, slides, menu, save, fact and fiction. Okay, in the deliver section, the student has written exactly what happened with an eye to these 3 things: sense of achievement, maintaining self-confidence, and self-help skills. So they've written exactly what happened here, and then they've put in some problems, what they checked before the session, that the laptops were charged, they were not booked by another class or hadn't been returned to the trolley, and that PowerPoint was actually installed on the tablets they were using. Bit here about behaviour and using the idea of working in pairs, and one child is hands-on and the other one's doing the thinking, and then swapping roles. Not being able to save because they couldn't get access to the class drive, and the time, there's always a time element. How could you have managed time better? Let's go. So you can set it out with planning, delivering and evaluating in 3 boxes. Quite nice to put in an example if you can do a screenshot of what the children actually produced or what program they were working on. That would really help. So if you fill in, you can do whatever format you like, but make sure you've mentioned the different things you're supposed to be demonstrating. Let's go back to Moodle and have a look here. So what can you do for your ICT activity? Here's some ideas. With year reception children, they could be drawing a picture, as simple as that, using a paint sort of program. Can they draw a picture of something? If they can save it, even better. For this, you could do a screenshot and save what they've done. Year 1 or year 2, these are only suggestions. You can do any of these with any age as long as the skills are appropriate. Write a story or a poem and then change the font size, the colour. Can they copy and paste a picture into their story? Year 3 or 4, I had an idea for. You could get them to write or follow instructions. Can they improve on the instructions given? It could be for a recipe or the instructions for how to grow a sunflower. A set of instructions is an algorithm, and this is the beginning of learning to code. So in a minute, when we look at the ICT skills, you can look for the coding ones if you're going to do that. Year 5, I thought, could make a PowerPoint. So like in the example here, they made a PowerPoint. I think this student was working with year 1 or year 2, so quite a simple one. You could put more skills into it for year 5 children, and then that would challenge them more. Year 6, I thought maybe they could make a blog or a video log. They might enjoy making a little video. They could show it to a peer and then act on the feedback that they receive. Can they make another short video and improve on their first effort? Make sure you follow e-safety rules to protect the children. Please don't choose playing maths games on a tablet, because what you will end up with is you'll be developing their math skills, but it doesn't really develop any ICT skills unless you can really look closely at this document that we're coming to next and make sure you have picked out some IT skills. So let's just have a quick look at this one here. This gives you all the skills the children are learning from year reception to year 6. If you've got older children, I'm sure you can make it age appropriate. So let's have a look at this document. It goes a whole page of skills for each year group. Reception, year 1, year 2, year 3. Let's have a look at the year 2. Imagine we were working with year 2 and they were doing that PowerPoint in my example. So there are different areas of ICT skills. Multimedia and word processing I would choose here, and it says develop editing skills using font, size, colour and style. So that would cover what they were doing in the PowerPoint. But also if we look along here to research, recognising information. Is all information useful? Use web-based resources to answer questions and find out information. So that would be your 2 to get your learning outcome from. Multimedia and word processing and research. If you were going to do the writing a set of instructions, you could look at the modelling and control and monitoring. Create a sequence of instructions for an activity. So you don't have to use the whole of one of these bullet points. If you find part of a bullet point that's relevant to what you're going to do, just pick out the pieces that you need. Digital imagery. Oh, this is about taking photographs. This would relate to your if a child decided to make a video log or a blog. Graphics, communication and collaboration. So it's nice in the ICT curriculum. There's a lot of it is about how you use ICT to communicate with other people and how you can improve. If you scroll to the bottom, lots of them are about giving feedback to your peers and improving on your use of ICT. Okay, that's it. So pick an activity to do with one child, your SEND child, or a group, or the whole class. Write it up on that worksheet.